Wait, so it's not a class?
All right, hello everyone, and welcome to Professional Studies Week. My name is Ashante Bryant Foster. I'm serving as your department chair and the chair for Professional Studies Week. I'm very excited to bring to you in this presentation, Coach Marquita Kennedy.
Hello, everybody.
So I'm going to share a little bit of information about Coach Kennedy and then turn it over to her. Coach Kennedy is a motivational coach, financial coach, tutor, mentor, and advocate, to name just some of the hats she wears. She has worked as an educator and leader in the public school system sector for over 19 years at the elementary, middle, and high school levels. She has been a mentor for over 15 years. She has co-authored a book and written poetry since the age of 5 years old. And with over 30 years of experience in that area, she is well written. She is a former police officer with her bachelor's in criminology and criminal justice, her master's in special education, and is licensed in 22 states to educate on life insurance, fixed annuities, and indexed annuities. She holds certification in administration, elementary education, middle school education, and special education, infants to adults. These experiences have afforded her a wealth of knowledge and greater leadership capacity to prepare her for her future leadership, mentoring, educational, and advocacy endeavors. She is grateful to have been afforded amazing opportunities throughout the years and believes that God has no respect of person. It is my pleasure to present to you a colleague and a friend, Marquita Kennedy.
Thank you, Dr. Foster. Awesome. I'll relax my mask now. So thank you all so much for joining. What we're going to be talking about is the ABCs of wealth. And, wealth comes in different forms, and a lot of people have different understandings of what wealth is. So let's get right into it. It's gonna work for me. Let's see. It was working a minute ago. Let's see how. All right. Okay, so ABCs of wealth building. So the basics of investing. Most American families live in a debt cycle versus a cash cycle. So with the debt cycle, your finances control you, you're outspending your income, borrowing to maintain lifestyle, paying off one debt and accruing another. But what we do in our financial literacy is to move you to the cash cycle, where you control your finances, you're debt-free, paying with cash instead of borrowing, and investing, saving, and assets. And so we take you through 3 steps. One is learning how to invest, paying yourself first, because that is very important. Setting up 3 fundamental accounts. 2, accelerate paying off your debt through a debt stacking program. And then 3, protecting your income to ensure your financial independence on the back end. So what does paying yourself first look like? These 3 fundamental accounts start with 1, an emergency account, up to 3 months of income for purchases within 0 to 2 years. So emergency funds, you want at least about $1,000 because most emergencies happen around $1,000. And then you have your short-term account, which is up to 6 months of your income for purchases within 3 to 5 years for unforeseen events, loss of job, or down payment on a house. And then last, you have the wealth building account, which is your retirement, Roth IRA, traditional 401k, and that's where your money starts taking care of you. So with these 3 accounts, we help you to be educated so that your money can also take care of you. Now, most times, people may have some of these accounts in place. So you may have maybe the emergency account, with at least maybe about $200, $250, something like that. But many people don't really have that short-term or wealth building account. We want to make sure that you're, financially literate to say, okay, I can get those 3 accounts in place for me and my family. So I got a question for you, and you can answer in the chat or online as well. At what age should you start investing in your retirement? Any takers? What age?
18 years old.
18, okay.
Whenever you get your first job.
Your first job, okay, good stuff. Okay, well, let's see. Well, here we start talking at about 22 years old is a good place to start, right? And so what does that mean? Well, the sooner you start to save, the less you have to put away. Look at how opening a retirement IRA today can help you secure a comfortable retirement. So had you started at 22 years old, you literally have to only invest for 7 years, and then you let that money sit. And so look, you're not investing any more money, but look at your money compounding because you have more doubling periods. So your investment, you can't probably see it down here, would actually be $48,000, but you would end up with over $2 million at age 67. I know you're saying, shut the front door. I know, I understand, but that's okay. It's not too late. You can also educate your children and grandchildren to be able to do the same thing, right? Now, on the right side, for some people who may have procrastinated, if you start at age 30, you have to invest for 37 years. Your total contribution would be $228,000, and you have a little less than $2 million, right? And so again, being able to start early on with those investment practices, that's as little as maybe $500 or $600 a month. So, when I've talked to families, they said, well, my child, is in college, they may not have that kind of money. I said, well, mom and dad, if they're doing great, why don't you start investing in them that way? Right? You may have half and half, right? Or you may, they get their financial aid, so they may reinvest some of that instead of going to Chick-fil-A or Starbucks and some of these other places that money goes to instead of into those books, right? But again, being able to reinvest that money because they're going to have to pay taxes later anyway. But we want to make sure they're financially literate right now, okay? Now, when you start paying yourself first, based on your total investment allocation, we start you off with making sure you build that emergency fund. So you're putting 50% of your money into the emergency fund until you get to that 0 to 3 months or you get to that $1,000. After you've established that emergency fund, then we start building on that short-term account, okay? With that short-term account in your bank, if you have a 3% interest-bearing account, you can check with your bank to see that. Most times you have to maybe keep about $3,000 to $10,000 a day in that type of account, which is called a money market account. But if you have that type of account at your bank, you can at least tap into that short-term account. And then once those 2 accounts established, that's when you start getting in that wealth building account where your money starts taking care of you, okay? Now, mutual funds. I'm not sure who knows about mutual funds, but let's talk about it. So here you are an individual investor and your money is professionally managed. And in one mutual fund, you have more than 150 plus stocks, so about 300 stocks. Now, you all may be familiar with Robinhood or Acorn or Bitcoin, things like that. So that's where you invest in one stock, or you may have 5 different stocks that you're investing in. Well, in one mutual fund, it has 150 of those same stocks plus. So you're talking about companies like Procter & Gamble, or, your toothpaste, your deodorant, Walt Disney, Pfizer, Verizon, McDonald's, Microsoft. So all of these accounts, okay? Now, if it's in one stock, if you put your money in that one stock and it closes, it goes broke, then you lose all your money. But in a mutual fund, the beauty is your money is allocated across all of those stocks. So all 150 or 300 stocks would have to go broke at the same time before you lose all your money. They're one of the safest ways to invest your money, okay? Now, I need some volunteers. Let's see, we got some folks online, but because let's see what we got. We got numbers. What kind of participants we got? We got
6 online. Oh, okay.
6 online. Oh, I thought you hated right there.
No, I
need to make you a co-host. Okay, so we're going to talk about the rule of 72 and the banker's rule. So we got 3%, 6%, and 12%. Okay, oh, we got some as early as possible, no later than 25. All right, awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, how many doubling periods do you have? So let's see, we got, where's those names? I need to see the names of the participant list. Yeah, awesome. Okay, let's see, Cynthia, can you be one of my volunteers? If you can unmute yourself, tell me okay. Darlene and Aaron. Can y'all unmute yourselves, tell me okay, or give me a thumbs up?
Okay, this is Erin.
Okay, Aaron. All right, who else? Who else? Darlene, Kim, who's gonna unmute yourself? I need one more, at least one more volunteer online. One more volunteer. Anybody? Anybody? Cynthia, Darlene, Kim? No.
Hi, Coach
Okay.
Kennedy. This is Cynthia, and I have one eye on a fire that I'm putting out, so I can volunteer minimally. But
Okay.
yeah, I'll do my best.
Okay, what about Kim? Kim, I see Kim's unmuted. Are you able to volunteer, Kim?
Yep.
Oh, awesome. Okay, I got Aaron, Kim, and who out here wants to volunteer? Who inside? Who's gonna volunteer with me? Okay, what's your name?
Crystal.
Crystal. Okay, so I got Crystal, Aaron, and Kim. Okay, so Crystal, do you want 3%, 6%, or 12%? Okay, Crystal's taking 12%. All right, Aaron, Kim, Aaron, what do you want? 3% or 6%?
Erin will take 3.
3%? Okay, and Kim, what are you taking? I guess you'll take 6%, huh?
Correct.
Okay, remember your percentages. All right, let's talk about it. Let's see what we got going on here. Let's see. You know what, this one. Okay, so at 3%, with the rule of 72, based on the rule of 72, it tells you the approximate of years it takes for your money to double. So on this side, we got 3%. That's that money market account. So who has 3%?
Erin.
Aaron. So Aaron, when you put your money in and you're investing, every 24 years, your money's double.
Oh, that's nice.
So,
I want 12%. I changed
No, this one got 12%. Now, if you think about it, it's still better than a bank because a bank is going to give you 0.06% or maybe 1% on your money. But you have that money market account, so at least you're getting 24 in 24 years double. That's all right, right? Better than the bank.
That's right.
Okay. Who's my 6%?
Kim is.
Kim, all right, Kim. So with your money, your investment, you're doubling every 12 years. Look at that. That's a lot better than that 30% over here in that bank, huh?
I'll take it.
You'll take it. All right. Awesome. Awesome. And then Crystal, woo, look at Crystal is in the money. Every 6 years, her money is, it's just like, show me the money. Okay. So with 6 and 12%, guess what those are? That's what we talked about. Mutual funds. Okay. So with those mutual funds, you can invest in mutual funds and your money can double at 6 and 12%. Now, during the pandemic, that same mutual fund investment is actually reached up to 26% on that same amount of money that you were investing per month, right? And so how many doubling periods do you have in your life? Think about your children and your grandchildren at this point, some of you, okay? Or look at where your money is in your retirement so that your money's working for you, okay? All right, so how much money do you think you would need to invest to get 6 to 12% on your money? Put it in the chat. Let me see. Let that chat light up. How much money do you think you would need to invest to get 6 to 12% interest? How much per month? How much? Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. How much per month? All right. 20. Somebody say 25. Okay. 2,000. Okay. Can you scroll back up? Let me see what that person said.
Showing me how to make the mouse work.
No late. Oh, that's no later than 25. Okay. Minimum requirement of fund. Okay. Good stuff. How about in here? How we get? What we got?
I would say between 500 and 1,000.
Okay. 500 and 1,000. How about you?
I would say maybe 3.
About 3. Okay. Okay. Good stuff. Oh, click on.
Thanks, Joseph.
All right. All right. So you can actually invest as little as $25 a month in a mutual fund. And Here we have Legg Mason. That's one of our investors, okay? We're a distribution company for Legg Mason. And then American Funds as little as $50 a month. So if you think about your paycheck, every 2 weeks, if you get paid $25 every 2 weeks, or $12.50. So what does that look like on this table of futures? So the table of futures actually starts off with $50 a month. And so let's see, if we do 20 years, your investment would be $12,000, but look at what you end up with, $50,000 from doing $50 a month over these 20 years, right? Doing 120 years, your investment would be $24,000. You end up with almost $100,000 from just doing $100 a month. And so people think that you have to invest a lot of money in order to have something on the back end, but you really don't. And with our company, you're actually able to do a joint mutual fund with your children and grandchildren, so that when they get of age, they can actually take it over, and then they can then start investing in their retirement. So let's say, $150 a month, 40 years later, you only invested $24,000, they end up with almost $600,000 because you started a joint mutual fund with them at an early age, right? Or $100, that's 40 years, you invested $48,000, that's almost $1.2 million. That's pretty good. Can I get some thumbs up on the chat? Thumbs up on hearts. We good? Awesome. Sounds good? Okay. All right. Hopefully y'all having a good time. So let's talk about wealth building concepts. Right now, many of us are in our growth fund years, and then we're looking to hit that retirement age, so then our money can take care of us, and that's that income funds and balance funds age. So some of my recent clients are actually in their 40s and 50s, and they're like, Coach Kennedy, like, I mean, I don't have any time. I'm not in my 20s. I don't have as many doubling years. And I'm like, it's okay. Do you have something in place? The first thing is to start. Just like when you go to the gym, you got to start, you got to get in there and actually get in the door and do something, whether you walk around the gym and look at everybody else, hustling and bustling. It's the same thing with your decision towards financial literacy, is just to start somewhere. And now that you've heard, you can start with as little as $25 a month. It kind of seems attainable, right? It definitely takes a lot of weight off of some people when they know, oh, wow, I do have a chance to make this work for me. So here we have two types of investors. We have investor A in a rising market and investor B in a fluctuating market. So I want to know, put it in the chat, tell me which type of investor should you think you would be best? A rising market or a fluctuating market? What you all think? Crystal, what you think?
I know that the market can fluctuate, but also your investment can fluctuate. So I would say fluctuating market, so you won't lose as much of your investment.
Okay, you say fluctuating? Okay, Crystal said fluctuating. How about you? What's your name again?
My name is Elaine Harris.
Elaine? Okay, got you. All right, let's see who we got. All right, we got rising, okay. You buy more in the fluctuating. Okay, we got some superstars. All right, let's talk about it. Okay, so investor A is investing $100 a month, right? No, I need to keep it up. Yeah. And so with that, month one, they have $10 a share, they get 10 shares, okay? Month two, that's $12 a share, so they can only buy 8.33 shares. By the end of that time, 6 months, they've accumulated 42 shares in a rising market. Let's look at investor B in a fluctuating market. Month one, they also are paying $10, so they get 10 shares. But look at month two, their shares went down to $7. So they're actually able to get 14.29 shares. At the end of their 6 months, they've accumulated 126 shares. Oh, Crystal said I picked the right answer. Kim Reed too. All right, so between investor A and B, here you have, they both invested $600, but you have to have that financial literacy to know where to invest. So accumulating 42.28 shares as opposed to that 125 that you could have had, right? Cost per share, $14.19, but that fluctuating market, they can sell theirs for $4.76, up to 14.19 cents. So I think we got our answer, right, Crystal? That fluctuating market is where it is. Okay, now, this is why financial literacy is so important. Did you change your answer? Anybody change your answer? Let's see, Aaron, did you change your answer? I think
Yes,
some people
ma'am,
changed
I
it.
did.
Yeah, I think some people changed their answer. See what a little bit of financial literacy can do for you. Okay, now, which type of investor are you actually? So depending on your age, you fall into 3 different groups. You're either conservative because of the income funds and bonds. You need money kind of coming in and kind of staying there. Moderate, which you have a large cap equity, balance funds, and then the aggressive, that's where you can really kind of splurge a little bit. You have more doubling periods in your life, okay? So let's talk about some debt stacking. Debt stacking, a lot of times when you pay off things, sometimes people will go buy a purse, go on a vacation, buy a timeshare resort. I mean, you may do all these other things, but what we try to tell you to do is take that money off that credit card that you paid off and put it on the other credit card that you got that's beside it, and put it on the car loan, pay off the car, right? And then pay off that last credit card that you still been holding on to, okay? And then last, that mortgage. Well, what is the benefit of actually taking that money and reinvesting it into paying off more debt? Well, here, without debt stacking, it takes you 23 years as opposed to 9 years with debt stacking. Here, interest saved is $0. With debt stacking, almost $131,000, right? And then look at the monthly payments. They're the same. So you mean to tell me the same amount of money and I could have been banking $131,000? Absolutely. Yes. Again, it's that financial literacy, right? Our people perish for lack of knowledge. Now, let's talk about protecting your income. Here we have on the left, cash value life insurance, and then on the right, buy term and invest the difference. Let's talk a little bit about the differences. Many people may have whole life, universal life, variable life, but there are some things that people don't know about many whole life policies. For the first 1 to 3 years that you're paying into these policies, some of them, the money doesn't actually go into the policy. It actually goes to pay the dividends and commissions of the agents. After that time, the cash value earns about 1 to 4% interest, okay? But another thing is this cash value is a living benefit. So only the insured, which in this case, you can't see it there on this side, you'll be able to see John and Mary, they're the only ones that can actually benefit from this cash value. So they have to borrow their own money. Their beneficiaries don't get access to that. So once they borrow that $77,000, it is deducted from that death benefit of $100,000, and then it's taxed at 5 to 10%. So the family may get a check for about $20,000 upon their death. Now you say, well, I'm not gonna borrow my own money. Okay, that's fine. They'll take that $77,000. If you don't use it, you what? You lose it. That $77,000 goes back to the company because upon death, you lose your savings, and the family will get that $100,000 death benefit. Now they've been paying into this policy for 30 years. So 30 years and I lose my savings, isn't that terrible? I mean, come on, talk to me in the chat. Isn't that horrible? I mean, come on. Now, what we teach on with our company is buy term and invest the difference. So with that same $225 a month, you're actually able to get almost 3 times the coverage because a term policy, you pay less, but you get more coverage. Here, you're paying only $80 a month for that policy, and we freed up $145 a month to be invested at 9% interest in those mutual funds we talked about, and now you end up with $265,000 in your investment. So if you have $265,000 of money available to you, would you still need a $250,000 life insurance policy, or would you be self-insured? What you think? What say you? Anybody in the chat? Would you still need a $250,000 life insurance policy if you had $265,000 of money available, or would you be self-insured? Kim says yes. What say you? What say you, lady? Self-insured, exactly. Because what happens? So there goes Cynthia says self-insured. Because what happens at the end of this 30-year term, you do have options. You can extend your term if you want to keep your insurance. Again, you're going to be older, but you can extend your term. Or you can take that $80 a month that you would no longer be paying into your policy and pop it into that mutual fund investment. So that money can continue to what? Compound and double, right? That's where your money starts taking care of you. Which program would you want? The left side where you have to borrow your money, or the right side where your money's taking care of you?
Right
The
side.
right
Right side.
side. That's why it's called the right side. I tell y'all are tough. I tell you. So,
Can we talk about doing a combination
huh?
of term and,
Whole life.
yeah,
So,
or universal?
so again, on this side, you're borrowing your own money.
Sure.
So we don't ever recommend, in our company, we don't recommend that you lose out on your money. Because with that financial literacy, we want to make sure that your money is always working for you. So instead of that money you're losing out on, just put it into your investment. That's what we're saying.
Okay.
Because when you have both, again, that whole life, you're losing money. Also, on whole life policies, once you borrow that money, it still continues to decrease on your death benefit. And it'll tell you that in the policy. It also has a table that shows how long are your benefits guaranteed until. So one of my clients, their benefits were only guaranteed until age 56. Well, they were 55. So I said, you only have one more year of guaranteed benefits. And then she said, well, what happens after that, coach? Well, then it moves to non-guaranteed. She said, well, what does that mean? That means they're not guaranteed to pay out that death benefit that you've been paying into this policy all these years, right? Additionally, during that 1 to 3 year period of that, it'll say limited benefit when you first get some of these whole life policies. And what does that mean? That means it will only pay your family the premiums that you paid into the policy. So that a little bit amount of money, but you're looking at $1 million policy or a $500,000 policy, it's not going to pay out. Some of those other whole life policies too, that are on the commercial where they start off $2 or $1 a month, and then the second month is $14, they go up every 5 years. And so for the same benefit, it's going to go up every 5 years. Okay, but that's a great question. Yeah, to have a combination, I would not necessarily recommend it unless, this is the disclaimer, okay? Has nothing to do with my company, but this is the disclaimer. If you are uninsurable, you have to keep what you have. So if you already have a whole life policy, then you want to just bank your money into your mutual fund because you're uninsurable. So you need to keep the protection in place, and you never, ever, ever, ever cancel a life insurance policy until the new one is issued, if you get it issued. So even if someone comes to you talking about guarantees, they got great deals, absolutely not. Wait until you get your physical policy in hand. What we've also found is some of these companies, they'll send you a certificate. You can't view your policy online. They only say that this is the coverage, but they don't tell you exactly what's covered. Be careful of those things as well. Call your company, make sure you have a physical policy, paper policy that you could put in your safe, your file cabinet, whatever your safe place is, a physical policy with at least about 30 to 100 pages long that you have, and it goes through the details of your policy. I'm dealing with quite a bit of those cases right now with some of my clients where they had a policy in place, and I said, well, what's covered? Pull it up. You know, we're on Zoom. Let me see what you got. Because one thing about our company is we don't sell policy. We make sure that we know what you have in place. So if you have a policy in place, we go through your policy line by line, page by page, explain to you what you have. If you have proper protection, then we go ahead and look at that mutual fund. We don't say, oh no, that's terrible, that's crap. Go ahead and get what we have. No, we make sure that what you have in place is good. And then we put you into a mutual fund, you know, outside of that so that your money can then grow. Okay, great questions. Let me know if you all have any questions along the line as well. Now, the reason why you don't need life insurance for your entire life is because in the early years, you may need a lot of coverage. You may have young children, high debt, house mortgage. Either way, loss of income will be devastating. Life insurance is put in place so that your family can maintain the lifestyle in the event that something happens to you. So you need a lot of coverage so they can do that. And you may not have the money to sustain everything. But in the later years, you better have the money. You're at retirement, children are grown, your debt is lower, mortgage is paid. You need money to take care of you, but you don't need a whole lot of coverage. So that $500,000, $1 million policy, you don't need that policy where your money is wrapped up into life insurance. You need that $1 million check money coming in so that you can maintain your lifestyle and live out your best life. And so we are one of the only companies that teaches people how to eliminate the need for life insurance by becoming self-insured. And that's through those mutual funds that we talked about a minute ago. Okay, all right, let's play some ABCs of Jeopardy. All right, all right, all right. Woo, woo, woo. Who wants to start? Let's see, let's get some online help here. Let me give y'all some love. Who we got online? Who we got online? Let's see, raise your hand if you want to start. Who wants to pick a category? Talk to me. Who wants to pick a category? Anybody? Shantia, Cynthia, Darlene, anybody? Anybody? All right, Aaron. Which category and which amount?
I'm gonna try to do the rule of 72 since I did it so bad last time. I'd like for 100.
For 100. Rule of 72 for 100. All right, let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Hold on. All right, we're gonna put no teams and start. Rule of 72 for 100. Okay, the percentage where your money doubles every 12 years.
12%. Wasn't that the highest one? That's the one I wanted.
12% every 12 years. You sure?
No, I'm not sure.
All
right, wait.
You want to phone a friend?
Wait. Yeah, I want to phone a friend.
I think it was 6 years, Aaron.
Oh, so that was that's right. That's what are you sure it's 6?
I
Okay,
think.
I'll go with 6. We'll go 6.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah, it's my final.
6%.
Sorry, I gotta stop multitasking. I will try to. I'm sorry.
No worries. All right, let's see. In the room, who would like to go? Who would like to go? What you got?
Okay, we'll do, did you know for 100?
Did you know for 100? Awesome. The cycle where your finances control you.
That would be that one on the left.
That one on the left?
Yeah.
You want to phone a friend?
I can't help you.
Begins with a D. Yeah.
Debt cycle, yeah.
Ding, ding, ding. Awesome. Awesome. One more, or get 2 more in the room. What you got?
Okay, let me see. Go big or go home. Let's see, let me do rule of 27, of 72 for 200.
All right, rule of 72 for 200. The percentage where your money doubles every 24 years.
That was Aaron. 3%.
You can phone me. I know.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Aaron was like, that was me. That was me. All right, who else online? One more. Who else online? Who wants to go? Who wants to give a stab? All right, Cynthia.
Did
What
you
you
know
got?
for 300,
Did
Coach
you
Kennedy?
know for 300, big money. True or false? At a young age, move these over a little bit. Hold on. At a young age, it's better to invest in a fluctuating market. True or false?
I want my 300. True. True.
Woo! Congratulations.
Thank you, Crystal.
That wasn't Crystal, that was me.
That was
Okay.
awesome. So being able to get where you are, we help you to provide a financial needs analysis. It is complimentary, it's customized and confidential. It gives a snapshot of your current financial situation so you can make informed decisions about how to take care of your money and your money to work for you. To be able to set up that program, you can talk to me as a representative about getting started on the right path, making sure that you get those 3 accounts set up, that emergency fund, that short-term wealth building, also start eliminating your debt and ensuring your income to make sure that you have proper protection in place. All right. And that is my time for right now. Thank you so much for attending. Let's talk about it. Woo, woo, woo. Questions. Anybody have questions? I'm here for a good time, not a long time, just in case people have some questions. Anybody online have any questions? And anybody in the room have any questions? You can unmute or you can pop it in the chat. Anybody?
I have a quick question, Coach. Since
Okay.
you have such a beautiful picture on the beach, where's the vacation fund come into play?
Well, that vacation fund comes in as short-term account.
Okay,
We can't put
definitely
it in
got the
emergency.
plan for that.
We can't put it in emergency fund. We can put it in the short-term account. Yeah.
All righty then, thank you.
Great question. You're welcome. Anybody else? Any other questions? Comments? What resonated with you? Let's see. Kim Reed, talk to us. What resonated with you? Oh, we got a question. What mutual fund should I buy? Well, that's a great question. So what we do is we set up your portfolio in the system to determine what mutual fund works for you. Many of our mutual funds that we have invested in, they've been around for, 30, 40, 3 to 4 decades. I'm gonna say 30, 40 decades. I'm thinking of decades because my grandparents just celebrated 46 years on yesterday. Woo! Hallelujah. I said, I'm gonna take y'all out to eat. Yes, I'm so excited. But here, we put together your portfolio and your information, and it'll determine which best mutual fund suits you. What you're thinking is you look at your budget to see what you can actually afford on a monthly basis or bi-weekly basis or weekly basis, whatever amount that you get paid. So if you get paid every 2 weeks, then you look at from my every 2 week pay, how much can I actually afford to kind of contribute into my financial portfolio? So if you get paid every 2 weeks, then you're going to take that number that you can afford. So let's say if it's $25, you're going to multiply that times 26 pays and then divide it by 12 months. And that'll give you your monthly budget. If you get paid every week, then you take what can I afford every week? You take that number and you multiply times 52 pay weeks and divide that by 12, and that'll give you your monthly budget. Now, if you're an entrepreneur and kind of money's coming in, then you just take whatever your monthly budget is. And then we are able to put a package together for you with the life insurance as well as your investment. So great question, Kim. Now, Kim, what else resonated with you? Can you unmute and tell us what resonated with you from what you heard on today? Move this down. You there, Kim? Okay, let's see. The rule of 72. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, Cynthia, talk to us. Can you share what resonated with you today?
Yeah, I was really glad to hear you expound on the stock market and being on the conservative end of the equation.
Mhm.
I was wondering, since the market can be so volatile, especially with wars and things like that that can wipe you out overnight, if it's best to shift to bonds rather than investing more in stocks once you get closer to retirement.
So one, you want to look at the mutual funds, okay? Because the stocks, there, like I said, it's 150 plus stocks, okay? Additionally, based on where you have your money, if you have some money in the money market account, that emergency fund, depending on where it is, the FDIC and SCIC, they actually cover so much money, God forbid something happens. And then you also want to make sure you have that cash in hand in your safe at home between 20,000 and 25,000 in case you can't get to money, you have to trade because of things going on. You want to make sure you have that safe money at home as well.
Like $20,000 under the mattress?
Not in a mattress, in a safe. You may have to go on Amazon and get you one of those nice safes, okay?
All right, thank you. So I appreciate that. Good info.
You're welcome. And I'm glad that you made that comment about the mattress. So I was chatting with a master barber the other day, and he was saying, Coach, I don't trust banks. I don't trust banks at all. And
especially nowadays.
I said, well, you gotta put something in there because where's your money? He said, it's in the shoebox. I got a couple of shoe boxes in my closet, and I said, well, how much money we talk about, Master Bob? He said, it's a lot of money in the shoebox.
Wow.
So when I showed him the rule of 72, he almost cried. He said, Coach, I done missed out on that much money. I said, you sure have? You may want to get your money out some of them shoe boxes, okay? And put some of that money in our mutual funds. So, again, financial literacy, it goes different ways for different people. So no, thank you so much, Cynthia, for that.
And thank you for the wisdom, because you're right. We do perish for a lack of knowledge.
Yes, awesome. Go ahead and put you all's email address in the chat. I have a gift for everybody that logged on. Thank you so much. So we have the Amazon e-gift or an Amazon gift card. So go ahead and put that in the chat. And my attendees here, because they're physically here, they actually get a physical gift card, either a Subway, a Starbucks, or a Taco Bell $10 gift card. So you all put your emails in the chat, and I'll make sure you all get your Amazon gift cards for attending on today. Go ahead.
Thank you for your kindness.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mutual funds
Mutual funds.
versus IRA.
IRA, okay, that's a good. So your IRA is your retirement. So with your, so they're still made up of mutual funds. So you have the non-retirement and you have the retirement. And so with your retirement mutual funds, you actually can't get access to it until the time that the mutual fund says it, 59 and a half, 70, what have you, whatever the mutual fund says, then you have to get it at that time for the retirement. With the non-retirement mutual fund, you just request a distribution of your money when you want it. So wherever it's built up to on that table of futures, you request a distribution of your money, and within 7 calendar days, the company has to send you a check of whatever you've requested from your mutual fund.
And what was the percentage on that?
So it's different percentages, 6 and 12% or more on the mutual funds. Mhm.
And the last time I checked, the bank was 0.05.
0.05 or maybe 1%, depending on
You
the bank.
better be checking, Mr. Lang.
We got some checkers on here. Awesome. But yeah, definitely. Another thing I was going to say too is if you have not looked up your SSA.gov statement, you want to make sure that you also pull that up. It's www. Social Security Administration, which is SSA.gov. And you want to look at what your statement says. Now, I say that because with the Social Security statement, it'll say different things. One thing it may say is, it'll say your full retirement account, full retirement age. So full retirement age for me is 67. I'm 42 years old, and it said my full retirement age is 67. So at 67, I'll have $2,400 available to me that's coming in per month. Now, if I retired early at age 62, then I would have $1,800 available to me. So quite a few people, you know, for whatever reasons, have retired early. But then there's another age out there, age 70. So at age 70, I actually have over $3,000 available to me. So as opposed to retirement at 62 to 70, I'm missing out on $1,500 a month. And so you say, well, I mean, I need my money right now. What if I don't make it to, you know, that? Okay, well, you get it out when you need to get it out. If you got to get it, get it. But if you can utilize your other resources, like the retirement from your job, the mutual funds, any other investments, utilize that money until you get to 70 so you can get your full amount from Social Security. Now, nobody's banking on Social Security. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is get all the money that you can get. My grandparents are 79 years old. Well, 2 of them. I have actually 4 that are still alive. Thank you, Jesus. But 2 of them are 79, and they tapped into their retirement about age 70. 2 of them actually did early retirement, and so they missed out on about $1,500 a month that they could have had. But again, financial literacy. If people don't know, they just go with, okay, well, it's available to me, I'm gonna go ahead and snatch it up. Now, should you become disabled, again, there's another benefit there that you can tap into that money as well for disabled. I was talking to a veteran, and one thing he was sharing with me is that he took out his Social Security, he did the early retirement, and what happens, with his early retirement, he actually gets $4,000 a month from Social Security. And then they told him the benefit is of taking it for his daughter who's still in high school. She also gets $2,000 of his Social Security benefit that's within his statement. So he gets 4, she gets 2. I didn't know about that part. I said, these appointments, I tell you. And so what happens, she's in 10th grade. So for 2 years, she's going to get $2,000 a month of the Social Security money, while he's also getting his 4,000. So look into that. That's why I tell people, download your statements, look into those things, get your financial literacy, ask the questions, call the numbers, and just find out and inquire. You know, I attended this workshop and I heard something about my child being able to get some money out of this. I mean, what is it they, you don't have to be the expert. Just ask the right questions and just get that bit of, you know, that bit of literacy in there. But www.ssa.gov, and go ahead and, you know, get your statements in there and look it over. Okay. What about you, Krista? What resonated with you?
So that rule is 72.
That rule is 72. 72. Like, wait a minute. Give me my 12%. Good stuff. Awesome.
Closer to retirement.
Closer. There you go.
You know,
Them doubling period.
I need to catch up.
Yeah. And the thing is, just get that literacy now. Look at it, plan it out. You know, we've helped so many people to plan things out to make sure that you're going to be good. You know, what I told my grandparents is that I don't want them to even think about having to go back to work. No, I want to make sure that you're stabilized and you didn't get that financial literacy. You didn't give it to us. There are so many things that we should have learned in school. And so my 19 years in education, there are so many things that since I've been in this business since 2005, I've always been sewing into my students and families to give them some nuggets about financial literacy. You had another question, Celine? I'm sorry, I kept talking. It's gonna come back to you. Let's see if somebody else. Darlene, you got it? Okay, go.
Just repeat the rules of Rule 72.
The rule of 72, I'll give you a pen.
Okay.
Okay, all right. Darlene, you got something what resonated with you, or Aaron? Anything you can put in the chat or you can unmute. Are you there?
I'm here, sorry. No,
All
I
right.
just think it's the more information you have, the more you can pass on, right? Like,
Right.
you can, the more you get, then the better choices you make, which make your life and your children's life much easier, you know, and pass it along. I had, you know, my parents didn't provide much financial advice, so anything that you can get is a wealth of knowledge.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for sharing, Aaron. Thank you. And I mean, and that's sometimes that's the way it is. My family, our background is in entrepreneurship. My grandfather, one of my actually my great grandfather, he is Horace of Horace and Dickey's, which is a well-known fish place. But again, because of lack of financial literacy, he didn't pass it on. He was only in the business for 6 weeks. And then that's it. And you see different establishments, and you know, rest in peace, he and Dickie are together now because Dickie just passed away. So their family is continuing a legacy. But also my grandfather on my father's side, because that was my grandmother's father. He owned JJ's Carryout, which was on Georgia Avenue. That Johnny Johnson, he was in the Washington Post. He said, "Girl, I'm famous. Get my autograph." I said, "Okay, granddaddy." But again, he let it go and you know moved it on. So us learning from that, we have that entrepreneur background. Like there are some financial nuggets. Sometimes it's what you didn't learn that you can actually kind of push into your adulthood and into your children. Or what you see has happened with your family members. Then you're like, okay, well, I need to make better choices for me and mine. But don't beat yourself up, okay? No matter how many degrees you have, you can never stop learning. So this is just another bit of tools for your toolbox. And I just want to thank you all so much for joining me on today. And I'll get those gift cards to you all online. Oh, you got a question, Dr.?
I just wanted to know if they wanted more information or if they are impressed with your financial literacy and want to know more about partnering with you. What do they do? How do they do that?
Okay, awesome. So you can actually email me at marquita@pfsonline.info, and I'll also put my number in the chat, which is 240-770-1737. And you can give me a call, you can send me a text, we can hop on Zoom. Depending on where you are, I can come to you too. No worries. Sit down and go through some information with you to make sure you're empowered with the additional financial literacy. And also, you know, if you want to even do a family workshop, I also do family workshops as well. So if you have family in other states, I'm licensed in 22 states to do financial services and life insurance and annuities and fixed annuities. So just, you know, let me know and let's get across the United States and pass the word along. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
So on behalf of Professional Studies Week, our Dean, Barbara Denman, and our awesome division and division mates, we just want to say thank you so much, Ms. Kennedy, for getting us started with an amazing week. And we are looking forward to your session also tomorrow. So can you tell us a little bit about that session for tomorrow also?
Yes, of course. So on tomorrow, I will be doing a session on co-teaching. So to co-teach is to co-reach, and just talking about the dynamics of the different types of co-teaching. So you may have children, grandchildren, or you may yourself be a co-teacher or be in a co-teaching capacity, or may know someone that is in a co-teaching capacity, and then you'll get a better understanding of what should be going on in the classroom, and then different fundamental ways as to how it can work for you. There are also some things that you can utilize even at home with your children and grandchildren, as far as what co-teaching looks like and, small groups and things like that. So that is our session on tomorrow, and I'm so excited. I'll have some more goodies and some more gift cards, so get ready. And that it is at 3:15 tomorrow in Lanham 202. So if you want to come on down, then you'll get some physical gift cards here, physical gift cards, and I may even go get some more gift cards just in case, okay? So thank you all so much. Have an amazing day. Appreciate you all.